Hey, what's good, my fellow masters? So, once again, we are faced with another summoning banner seemingly immune to our clairvoyance skill. And this time it's packed full of summer servants from previous years, both SSRs and SRs alike. Now, I imagine there are masters out there like me that have at least one or two servants featured on this banner on their roster wish list. So, here is a brief look. Well, as brief as I can make it for the 16 servants Lasengel is trying to tempt us with, and when they will be next available. Hopefully this will help you decide that you can indeed wait until next time, or perhaps not. There are 6 featured limited summer-themed SSRs on this banner. First up is the 5-star Arts AoE Berserker Musashi. She will be on rate up from August 24th, 2100 PDT, to 2059 on the 25th. Just 2 days of temptation if you're a Musashi fan and don't yet have her Berserker version. She is an excellent arts looper and serves as a universal or omni DPS in various situations. But the upcoming Chaldea Summer Adventure event will bring forth a new AoE arts looper as well in Avenger Kama, and she has a 50% NP battery, which Berserker Musashi lacks. Though, as a Berserker, Musashi is semi-effective against nearly all classes, so there's that. Fortunately, Musashi will have another raid up in the future, the daily summoning campaign for the 7th anniversary in July of 2024. The limited 4-star servants that will accompany Summer Musashi are the neat turn survival gamer for the summer, Archer Osaka Behime, an AoE Buster Archer who, among other things, notably has a 3-turn party-wide ignore evasion buff. She will be back on a banner come July-ish of 2025 for the Evocation Festival Part 3 campaign. And then we have the AoE Quick Rider class, sultry high society summer version of Carmilla, a unit that can bring a lot of debuffs to the table, especially when the situation calls for a skill seal or buff block effect on enemies. Summer Carmilla will have another raid up during the 7th anniversary countdown campaign expected around June of 2024 for NA Global. Following Summer Musashi's raid up on this summoning campaign, from the 25th to August 26th, the more mature version of Artoria Pendragon, but this time as an AoE Buster Ruler, will be on raid up. If you enjoy super niche effects, then this Summer Lion King can be a fun unit to use with her unique ability to reset the command cards and even suppress one specific ally's cards from showing up for one turn. But aside from that card deck reset, I would have to say there are probably more effective AoE ruler options currently out or coming in the future. Yet, this is Bunny Girl Artoria we are talking about, so there are undoubtedly fans out there that may not have her. So there will be other chances to roll for her, one in June 2024 for the 7th anniversary countdown campaign, and the other during June-ish 2025 for a downloads milestone campaign. The SR that will be on raid up with Bunny Toria is, in my opinion, a more compelling servant to roll for. The Summer Lancer version of Meltrillis, Mysterious Alter Ego Lambda. And Summer Melt is a superb AoE arts looper, even capable at times of looping through waves of just 1 or 2 enemies with the right support. If you're looking for an Arts Lancer farming unit, Summer Melt is arguably the best option out there, but the timing may not be ideal to roll for her. And if that's the case, she will have other banners in the future. April 2024 for the Sea Monster Crisis event, possibly in December 2024 for an NA counterpart to the JP Winter Party campaign, and the July 2025 8th Anniversary Summoning Campaign Part 2. After Bunny Toria comes the 5-star AoE Buster Moon Cancer Summer BB, and like Bunny Toria, she is another unit with a unique ability, capable of locking the command cards dealt at the time of activation for 3 turns, along with generating up to 10 crit stars per turn for that time. Personally, I have used Summer BB just for this ability of hers many a time with various crit servants to good effect and fun Unga Bunga shenanigans. Yet, while fun, it does have limitations and still relies on an element of RNG. Outside of this unique ability, Summer BB is a solid AoE Buster unit with crit damage potential, but can struggle against the mostly neutral target she'll face when no buffs are active on her. If you have Summer Kiara, then adding Summer BB is probably not needed to cover AoE Moon Cancer duties. And if you can wait, the 7th anniversary brings the AoE Moon Cancer archetype Earth. But if you really want to play around with that card lock skill of Summer BBs and can't afford to roll here, then around June of 2024, she will be available once again for the Moonsault Operation Holy Grail Front event. There will be 2 4-star units on rate up along with Summer BB. The single target Art Saber, Summer Maeve. This self-proclaimed Queen of the Beach has some party-wide buffs to attack and crit damage, and an ability to reduce an enemy's defense with her NP, potentially stacking multiple defense debuffs with her NP's overcharge effect. Sadly, her general NP damage is on the low side relative to other ST Sabers. But this is a swimsuit version of Maeve, so if she's a waifu you don't have and want to roll for her, eventually, she will be on rate up during the 7th anniversary countdown campaign around June 2024, plus again around July-ish 2025 for the Evocation Festival Part 3 campaign. The other SR will be the ultimate space cop to police the universe, protecting us from evil threats to humanity, foreigners, and out-of-control sabers alike. Mysterious Heroine XX. And among her single target foreigner peers, MHXX Arts MP does considerable general damage, and even more if leveraging her anti-threat to humanity extra damage. Of course, in typical MHX fashion, this slightly older version of her will also do extra damage to Saber-class servants as well. XX can certainly fill the role of one's main ST foreigner if you don't yet have one. She will have a rate up January 2025 during the New Year's Summoning campaign, in May 2025 for the Evocation Festival Part 2 campaign, and even again around June-ish 2025 for what is expected to be a downloads milestone campaign for NA Global. Following Summer BB from the 27th to the 28th, the rotation changes to feature the King of Maids, the single target quick rider Summer Artoria Pendragon Alter. She features a targetable skill cooldown reduction of 1 with a delayed 5-turn max HP buff and significant crit star gen rate increase. But other than that, she mostly just has skill effects that add to her admittedly potent general damage output. Her NP damage with just all of her self buffs applied comes in at second from the top behind Ozymandias. Non-trait effect damage of course, but without an NP upgrade yet. Not that we know if Maid Alter will ever get one. All in all, this Maid Summer Cutie is all about her NP damage. Though it can be argued the free 3-star Ushiwakamaru at MP5 can do the job of a quick ST rider just as well, if not better than an NP1 Maid Alter. But if you would like to eventually see Salter in a bikini maid outfit cleaning up enemy casters with a mop, she will have another rate up June 2024 during the 7th anniversary countdown campaign, and then around June or so 2025 during the downloads campaign we're expecting. As for the 4-star Summer Servants on rate up with Maid Alter, we have the AoE Arts Archer version of Helena Blavatsky. Like her SR cast herself, Helena can charge the party's MP gauge up to 20% and supply 5 crit stars per turn for 5 turns. A future NP rank up for Helena will add a party-wide MP battery that scales with overcharge up to 20%. Unfortunately, due to Helena's low base NP generation, her ability to loop her MP leaves much to be desired. So if you're looking for an AoE Arts Archer, the SR Zenobia coming in October will be a better choice. But for hardcore Helena fans out there, or collectors of Summer Servants, Summer Helena will be back on rate up in April 2024 for the pre-release campaign of the Learning with Manga collab event. Trying to uphold public morals by policing summer dress codes is the Shadow Prefect Summer Minamoto no Raiko. This 4-star Lancer version of Raiko, who somehow ignores how her own swimsuit can be a huge dress code violation itself, is a very solid single-target Buster Lancer, with some ability to offer support as well. Summer Raiko can buff the party's attack and crit star generation, plus she has a fairly strong 3-turn targetable buff to Buster cards that also removes the target's debuffs. She is an ST Lancer that I think can hold her own among her peers, and if you're looking to eventually add her to your roster, there will be another chance to do so October 2024 during the Imaginary Scramble main interlude release. But Summer Raiko is not the only Buster Lancer on this banner. From the 28th to the 29th, the SSR to be on rate up will be Tamamo Lancer. She is a solid unit that can dish out especially potent MP damage against male enemies, and that extra damage effect scales with her overcharge level. Summer Tamamo also has a bit of party utility with a 3-turn buff to the front line's attack, ability to charm one enemy coupled with reducing their defense and even cursing them. In the future, she will have a banner in April 2024 for the Learning with Manga collab pre-release, and in July 2025 for the 8th anniversary summoning campaign part 2. Tagging along with Summer Tamamo and making things interesting when the Gold Lancer card shows up during summoning is Summer Kiyohime, also a single target Buster Lancer. She actually does a little more general NP damage compared to Lancer Raiko and even Summer Tamamo, but personally I find Lancer Raiko's skill set more appealing. Summer Kiyohime's first skill will get a rank up in the future, which will add a 20% NP battery and a few effects that leverages Kiyohime's burn debuff from her NP. This master-obsessed stalker of her servants can be next summoned in June 2024 during the 7th Annie Countdown campaign, and then in July 2025 for the Evocation Festival Part 3 campaign. For the final rotation of the banner, August 29th to the 30th, the single-target Arts Archer Artoria Pendragon Summer version caps off the featured SSRs. Now, Summer Artoria's kit can be described as relatively simple, but man is it effective. She is an amazing arts looper for boss fights and will get even better in the future with a rank up that adds an NP battery she doesn't actually need, plus an ignore evasion effect to foil those particular boss gimmicks. Squirtoria is a unit that I think is well worth considering under normal circumstances if you're looking for a single target archer. However, there will be a new ST Arts Archer with a 50% NP battery in the 4-star Summer Anastasia to come out with the Chaldea Summer Adventure event. Not that I think Summer Anastasia is better, just that she should be an effective lower rarity alternative to consider. And Squirtoria will be on raid up again June 2024 for the 7th Annie Countdown campaign, along with June-ish 2025 for the anticipated Downloads campaign. So there will be other chances to roll for Archer Artoria for when to use their SQ on the upcoming Summer 2023 event. The last two 4-star Summer Servants for this banner and accompanying Squirtoria are the AoE Arts caster Marie Antoinette, who can buff the party's attack, increase the crit star gen of her male allies, supply up to 10 stars per turn for 3 turns, and raise the party's crit damage by way of her MP's overcharge effect. Though most notable to me is her 3-tack invincibility buff to herself that has no turn limitation. Unfortunately, her general NP damage is very low, behind even a number of 3-star AoE casters that are freely available, not to mention the 2-star phenom Chen Gong. But for those Marie Antoinette fans out there, she will be back on raid up in April 2024 for the Learning with Manga collab pre-release, if now happens to be a bad time to roll for her. Then we have the single target Buster Ruler, Summer Martha. This Swimsuit Saint's most notable aspect is her skill-based damage increase against enemies with traits of demonic, divine, or undead, and up to 100% at that. But just for one turn to probably balance things out. For the longest time, she was the sole ST Buster Ruler in the game, but when the Chaldea Summer Adventure comes, we will have access to the Welfare SR Ruler Da Vinci Lily, who marks the second ST Buster Ruler in the game. So rolling for Summer Martha is probably not advisable if the intent is just to add a single target ruler to one's roster. But if Martha is waifu tier to you, then you can always try for her in June 2024 during the 7th Anniversary Countdown campaign, or when the Evocation Festival Part 1 happens in April 2025. So, that was a nice try on Lasengle's part, to tempt some quartz and tickets out of us before the Summer 2023 event starts. But our clairvoyance skill comes in handy, and we know there will be opportunities in the future to acquire these limited Summer Servants. Now, I gotta admit, if my Wallach-kun wasn't on strike, I would probably roll for another copy of Archer Artoria, as getting her to MP5 is something I would like to eventually do. However, I will just stick to my original plan and roll for her next June. And that illustrates what I want to recommend. There are some nice servants on this banner. Berserker Musashi, Lancer Melt, Squirtoria are ones I would highlight. But if you already had a plan in mind for these or other servants discussed, then I would simply stick to that plan. Though I can certainly understand if any of these servants are waifus. By all means, if there is someone that you really want on this banner and don't want to wait, then rolling on this banner under that context is pretty reasonable, provided you have some SQ to use. The new Summer 2023 servants will eventually come back around as well. To any of my fellow masters that decide to roll, I wish you all the best. Please let me know in the comments if you are going to go for it. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers!